What's up, everybody? Josh and Jay back with the America is Blue podcast. We pulled up the Fuck City bus to the Bernabeu on Wednesday night, and we laid another egg. Got another dud. Jay, I'm going to take the first word here real quick. We're not a stats show. We're not a stats show. Everybody knows that. But I'll tell you one stat that's very, very troubling. You and me are both tied with the leading goal scorer for Chelsea over the past 4 games. So maybe we should give Bowley a call, get us out there, because we can do this just as well as they can, apparently. So a very underwhelming performance, to say the least. Mistakes abound. We were beaten by a much better side. And with that, bud, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, my final thought is that at the end of the day, we're only down 2-0. The fact that we went there and played as poorly as we did and are only down 2-0 and played with 10 men for 30 minutes of the game is astounding to me.
I couldn't believe it.
But the biggest thing that I noticed is that we're playing against one of the best clubs in the world. They're European champions. These guys have played together for a long time. They have a world-class manager, arguably one of the best managers of all time. They know how to play together. They're well drilled. But it was incredible to watch, like a good team that knows what they're doing, players who know how to move off the ball, the guys who receive the ball. They have like their 3 options already in their head as to what they're going to do with the ball before it's even at their feet. You saw guys making runs before it was even at the foot of the guy who ultimately passed it to them. And on the contrary, you look at us, and it seems like every time a ball is received at someone's foot, they have to sit there, stop, figure out where they are. Am I in Spain? Yes. Okay. And then look around. By that time, man, you were just getting closed down. There was like no fluidity. There's no quick decision making. There's no quick reactions. Everything is just stunted. It's just stunted. And amazingly, we had those few decent opportunities in the early portion of the game. Obviously, we can't convert. And then realistically, after that, there really weren't any other opportunities. So we got worked. And we're very, very fortunate that we're coming away from that mess only down 2-0.
100% agree with all of those assessments. And the thing about it is it's so typical. We are very good at generating chances early, and we cannot convert anything. 0 goals in 4 matches. I can't remember a drought like this. It's nauseating. And I got to be honest, after feeling the disappointment of being over there recently, I mean, like I said, my experience with the Bridge was fantastic, but the results on the pitch were terrible. And I feel bad for our brothers and sisters in blue traveling over to Spain, getting tickets, going through the whole motion, singing the song, feeling the excitement. And then they show up and that's what they get. That's what they're treated to. Like, it just is not commensurate with the level of football that we are used to seeing. And we are really teetering on just borderline unacceptable. I'm not talking about a mutiny or any of these things, or, I'm changing colors or anything like that. But it's just, this is some bullshit. And they do need to figure it out. And the level of ineptitude and non-decision making, it is clear that we have an epidemic in the dressing room, that there is no belief. And that can really snowball out of control quickly. And we've seen it over the past 4 games. It's just unbelievable how anemic we are offensively. And we've never been this bad. It's just terrible.
No. I think I saw it, the last time that Chelsea went 4 games without scoring was something like almost 30 years ago. It was almost 30 years ago. And, dude, we're at a point of catastrophe. I'm not trying to sugarcoat this. It's not only the fact that we've lost the last 4 games without scoring. We are getting dangerously freaking close to being in a relegation battle in the Premier League. So forget about what are the chances that Madrid comes to town, we somehow bag 3 goals, and we skirt by this thing. I'm saying slim and none, right? Like, not going to happen. If it does, I want to be pleasantly surprised. I'm just setting my bar as low as I possibly can for everything. So even if we get like the slightest little thing to be happy about, at least it'll feel somewhat good. Bro, we're getting really fucking close to being in relegation. Like, what happens to our club if this thing continues to devolve? And the reality is, I hate looking at my phone when I'm doing this, but if we look at the remaining games in the Premier League, we have Brighton at home, which is not an easy fixture. We have Brentford at home, not an easy fixture. Then we have Arsenal, Bournemouth, who we should beat, but they're actually in good form because they've been in relegation panic zone for months. Nottingham Forest, who sucks. Then we have City and we have Newcastle.
Beat us last time.
Where are the points? Where are the points? They say you need 40 to secure your reasonable safe position. I think, what are we sitting at? 37 or 38 points?
I mean, the fact that this is even being insinuated is
it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
I can't even believe
catastrophic, dude. This is unbelievable.
There are no words. And this is the part where I just want to start like lashing out at guys like a little bit. It's like, what the hell is Mark Cucurella doing out there? Well, what the hell is he doing? I mean, he makes poor plays. He's not athletic enough to make up speed. He's not a guy that's doing anything positive. He had a good game, a month ago? And everybody thinks that he's back in the fold. He's been shit since. He's been absolutely terrible. And where is Benoit Badiashile? Where is he?
He can't play.
Well, he can't play in the Champions League. Yeah, but he still hasn't been playing in the Prem. It is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting, the level of output and the level of effort. And it does. It pisses me off. It's a really shitty situation. And how are we going to get up? How do we get up for this? And I've never been in a position where I am thinking that we are destined to lose. That does not mean that I'm not positive or that I don't want them to win or I'm a fair weather fan. Fuck all that. We suck. And it's hard getting up and trying to put your heart and soul and your emotions into the side when they're not giving you anything back. This is not a very reciprocal relationship right now. And I'm not saying that these guys don't want to score, but they ain't. And there's a lot of $100 million guys in there and $60 million guys. And we're breaking record transfer fees for left backs. And we're breaking record transfer fees for whole windows. And we're bringing in strikers like Romelu Lukaku, who's, not here. I mean, I don't even know what it takes. I genuinely don't know what it takes at this point. And where's the change going to come from? There's so few bright spots that it's hard to think that we're going to dig ourselves out of it. And I don't see anything positive on the horizon. I am bunkering down and hoping we stay up. What planet is this?
It's the one we're living on. With respect to the game specifically, Thiago Silva, N'Golo Kante, and for the time that he was out there, Koulibaly were probably our only saving grace. Chilwell was not doing really well even before he took this bonehead brain fart red card. Reece James has been a shell of himself since he came back from injury. He was uncommonly atrocious. Wesley Fofana and him were getting worked by Vinny Jr. the entire game. Enzo was off. This was not like what we've seen from him since he's come over. Mateo Kovacic was a fucking disaster. A fucking disaster. This is the guy we're in the armband. He's our captain out there for the game. He's supposed to be the guy who's being the leader of a bunch of young men who are currently lost. And I've never seen him play that bad. For club or country, I've never seen him that bad. He was abysmal. Raheem Sterling, atrocious. He's one of these guys is just so dead weight. If anybody will take him off our hands, please sell him to Saudi Arabia. Maybe they want him and they'll pay some cash for him. Get rid of this guy. He can't dribble. He's bad on the ball. He's soft. He gets nothing done. Please just shelve him. We have other attackers. And João Felix, it's the same shit. It's like there's stuff there. He's a creative player. I like what I see. You have to be absolutely out of your goddamn mind to pay $100 million for this guy. But he's a good player. He just can't fucking finish. And then he gets frustrated in any ball at his feet. He's just think like, I'm just going to crank this thing. And of course it gets blocked 9.5 out of 10 times. So as far as all the guys that were put out there, almost every single one of them should be ashamed of themselves. They completely shit the bed. And to answer your question about what's going to potentially change this is a mentality issue. Like, this is confidence. This is all shit between these guys' ears because so many of these players are very talented, high quality players.
Of course they are.
And almost all the new guys, we've said this. It's like all the new guys came in, and almost every single one of them, we saw these flashes. We were like, "Fuck yeah, we need more of that. We need more of that. Get them out there." And how long did it take? A couple of weeks for each one of them to regress back down to the shit pile that is our club right now. And none of them have confidence. It's going to take a manager to come in here, and this can't be a player's coach. This can't be a nice guy. This needs to be somebody who's going to have some kind of presence and authority and is going to make these guys accountable for what they're doing out there and drill it into them. And I don't know who the guy is. I don't have a favorite anymore. I bounced around a million times. But
you don't want to
until the manager changes in the offseason.
You don't regret letting him go? You don't want to bring Graham back?
That was one of the few good decisions we made this entire year, which is cutting our losses. It just took months too long for us to come to that decision. And, dude, these guys are mentally damaged. They're mentally damaged. It's hard to build confidence back up. This could be ugly for a while. We better make sure we get the right manager in there who's going to set the tone and start to set these guys straight and make them feel like they need to earn their spot. Like, yeah, we paid a shitload of money for you that doesn't entitle you to anything. Go out there, earn it, put up the points, do your job, do it quicker, do it faster, do it better, and let's get this thing moving in the right direction. But I'll be shocked if any of this occurs before the summer. And we just better hope that we're still in the Premier League.
I mean, we got to pick up some points somehow, some way. I mean, it's really, really a tough pill to swallow.
It's abysmal, dude. We're used to chaos. We're used to, like, wacky shit happening and managers being flung around the yard. We're used to crazy shit with players. Like, this is kind of what the club is about. It's built into its DNA. What we're seeing now is different. It's not just the crazy shit. It's crazy shit with a bunch of guys who are just running around the pitch with their tails between their legs. And nobody's no results. Any idea what they're doing.
No results. And just not even scoring goals. I still can't get past it. 4 straight games with nothing? Nothing?
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane. I never would have thought that we'd be having this type of conversation.
And
it's absolutely insane.
And we do. We get the flux. You said this is Chelsea Football Club. Craziness is built in the DNA, and I understand that part of what they wanted to do is remedy some of that craziness and have a club of successful, sustainable, I guess a little bit more of a predictable managerial situation. Of course, everybody wants that ideally. But if we can't start to cobble together a couple of results and start to give the fans and the supporters something to be excited about, this really is going to spin out of control. And if we don't win on Saturday, I can't even imagine what's happening. And I wish Mr. Bully would just shut the fuck up with the predictions. And who throws out a casual 3-0 about Real Madrid in Spain? I mean, who needs that? Just shut up.
I'm hoping either way with it, this was a tongue-in-cheek joke, which means that you're a dick for dogging your own club, or for some reason you were just trying to be cavalier about it.
That's the last thing we need.
No part of it was necessary. No part of it was necessary.
And it's the last thing the guys need, because they're gonna hear about it. Of course, they know that they're gonna get trolled. They're gonna have to hear about it online and whatever else. I don't have any sympathy for the social media stuff, but he could do himself a favor and just shut up. Just please be less American. Let us do the American stuff. Let us do the American stuff. You just spend the money and try to put our guys in a position to win. Leave the talking to the guys on the field. Leave the talking to the manager. Just shut the fuck up until you're lifting a trophy or we're in a position to win silverware or at least make the top 4. None of which are happening this season, short of a miracle from God that he allows us to come away with a 3-0 victory or something in extra time against Real. But the fact of the matter, keeping a clean sheet and scoring 2, that's a heavy, heavy burden. Lord knows we can't ask for much more than that.
I mean, if circumstances were different, if you remember last year, we gave up 3. We were down 3-0 against Real Madrid in the first leg last year, and they dropped those on us at the bridge. And then we went out to the Bernabeu, and then we came back. We were up 3-0.
And then
ended up losing it toward the end.
Assists from the gods and all that stuff. And Luka even said, he said the best team that he played in Champions League last year was us. And how could it possibly be that large of a chasm of a drop off, from one year to the next? And look, everybody understands the calamity. Everybody understands the issues with ownership and changes. But the fact of the matter is, we were winning games earlier in the season. We were getting results. We're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. There are 50 clubs across Europe who would, slit 50 throats to be in our position. No doubt about it. But if you are a club that has been European champions 2 years removed, and now we're on the fringe of a relegation battle, possibly, with the amount of coin that we've dropped, it's just, we're talking in circles again. But it's just.
Do you have any idea where the hell we can watch the championship? Is that even televised? What would we even do?
I
don't even know how to watch that.
An ESPN Plus, maybe it's on ESPN Plus. I don't know. Or maybe we'll have to get an exclusive Chelsea subscription.
I don't know.
But yeah, you and me are going to be listening to people transcribing the game, and we're gonna recall what we heard on the radio to the folks here. Or me. We picked a hell of a year to start this thing, bud.
I know. It's perfect timing. Perfect timing.
And I guess maybe it's a test of our personal mettle to see if we can stick it out. But it's amazing how we just get on here now, and it's almost like just a interpersonal therapy session, because we have to find a coping mechanism to deal with all this. And the only way I can deal with it is talking to you, because you're the only one that understands me like that.
Oh, that's so sweet.
We're in a
that's so sweet.
We're in a low place when I'm leaning on you for emotional support. Jesus Christ!
Dude, misery loves company. There's plenty of misery to go around. I don't know, man. It's tough when you have to kind of muster up the energy, and you don't want to just be like an angry, tirading asshole. You want to be able to have organic good feelings, and we've had to almost not fabricate it, but we had to talk ourselves up. Oh, we got these transfers in. Oh, it's we got a new coach. And there's this news about this guy, this rugby coach. It sounds like he's amazing. This guy's amazing. This rugby guy. He's going to motivate him. It's going to be amazing. And we're just no, we just suck. We just suck. And that's fine. Because listen, it's okay for us to be honest. It's not negativity. We legitimately suck. It's fine. Just stay in the Premier League. That's the bar. That's the bar. Stay in the Premier League, get him a manager, and get him in there relatively quick after the season ends so he has time to work with these fuckheads.
Cheltenham Forest. We just gotta stay up.
That's it. Stay in the Premier so I don't have to spend another $7.95 on some bullshit streaming service so I can watch you guys in the championship against fucking Swansea or Hull City or whoever.
Oh, yeah. I think if Chelsea gets relegated, we go down 2 tiers automatically. I think they should. They should send us all the way down to League One, or what is not the Championship? It's the National League, right?
Yeah, wherever Wrexham is.
Not that far now. Might have a chance of winning that. Might have a chance of winning promotion.
Maybe may score some goals.
Yeah, let's see if we can do it. Look, man, let's transition here. It's not even worth talking about the game other than the fact that we could have been down 5 easily. Luckily, we were able to be stout enough to only let 2 pass. But let me ask this then. If we're not going to do Man of the Match, which, as always, is brought to you by All Out Fitness, and at All Out Fitness, they're inspiring individuals to be their best selves, who is your not Man of the Match? Who is your toilet man of the match? Who's shouldering a lot of the burden here? Who boiled your blood the most?
Mateo Kovacic.
A lot of giveaways.
Shockingly. Dude, he was fucking atrocious. He was atrocious. He didn't do one positive thing the entire game. One positive thing. He gave the ball away every time he was at his feet. His runs were bad. His passes were bad. Uncharacteristically shit for a guy who's been a really steady hand on the squad. There's plenty of guys who you could dole this one onto, but Mateo for me.
Yeah, Cucurella just bothers me, and especially honestly after at Villa, because the game I was at, he did the header to nowhere, where Ollie Watkins picks it up, strides right in, perfect. Where is he going? He is not on the pace. He is a step slow, and I got to be honest, I thought he was a little bit more athletic than he is. I don't think he has the requisite athleticism to be as dangerous as we need him to be. It's actually quite surprising because Ben Chilwell is one of those guys who's actually sneaky athletic. He's actually more athletic than I thought that he was, coming into the squad. But Cucurella, it just does not seem like he is up to the Champions League pace. And at Brighton and Hove, all the wonderful things that he was doing there, great. That's Brighton. You're not playing in Europe. You get weeks to prepare for all of your Premier League games and your FA Cup ties and all that stuff, which is going to be us next year. So maybe that'll make him better. Playing less will bring the best out of him, and maybe we can scrap 15, 20 mil back for a guy we spent 65 on. Because I'm sure Golden Graham had to bring in his guy, and of course we overpaid for it. So,
well, I guess that's the winning ticket. It's like if we can get Graham to land a job somewhere else in the Premier League and then buy some of these guys back off of us, I'll even give Graham like a 10-15% discount.
Well, he's going to get it at pennies on the dollar anyway.
So, Graham, give me a call, man. We can do some
business. The ownership group is, I'm sure, thrilled with how everything's been going. But no. we don't need to pile on anymore, my man. Let's talk about it. We got a tie, 10 a.m. on Saturday. If I can muster the intestinal fortitude to get up and watch 10 a.m. at the Bridge. I am dying to see what the environment is going to be like there. Because if it is as sullen as it was back at Villa, I don't think that the boys can truly be expecting a lot of support.
They don't deserve it. Do something out on the field so you get your fan support. They've been hanging in there for most of the shitty season. I don't blame anybody for piping down a little bit and being dejected. I don't think we're going to win. Dude, Brighton's good. And they've been playing relatively well and relatively consistent almost the entire season. Dude, I think they're going to whoop us again. They kicked the shit out of us earlier in the year when things weren't as bad.
100%, dude. I don't. And I can see it. Where are we going to?
3-0, 2-0, 3-0. I mean, dude, I'll be shocked if we win.
Oh, so
I'll be shocked. I'll be thrilled. I'll be very happy if we come away with the result. If we can scrap out a point, any point is a good point right now for us. We got to hit 40. We got to nudge a little bit above
points. It. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
yes,
trying to take away a point?
Yes. Legitimately, yes. The last thing I'm going to say is this. Obviously, our attack sucks. This will tie in the game to what I think we need to maybe do moving forward, and I hope Frank does it. Raheem Sterling should sit on the bench the rest of the year. The guy sucks. He's been bad. He was pretty decent at the beginning of the year, and he's been terrible for almost all of it. He doesn't deserve another run out. If we're playing, I think we should continue with 3 in the back. I like the fact that we did 3-5-2. I wasn't, obviously the top 2 weren't great, but if we're going to go to a 3-4-3, and this will make you happy, Josh. So I
actually know where you're going with this. Say it. Say his name.
I want the top 3 guys. I still want João Felix out there. I want Mudryk on the field. I don't care if he hasn't been good. I don't care if he is, cement feet. Let that dude play. Try to let him get comfortable because I think there is a really talented player in there. And then Captain America. Get those 3 guys at the top of the field. I don't care if we have a natural striker. You want to bring Kai on for 20, 30 minutes at the end of the game if needed. Great. Put those 3 guys up at the top and just see if any of them can create anything or work better together to create some open chances. I want those 3 dudes on the field spearheading our charge. And forget about fucking Kai Havertz. And forget about Aubameyang. And forget about Raheem Sterling. Scrap those dudes. And let's see the guys who actually can be creative and can be somewhat strong on the ball and make runs and put pressure on. And maybe something opens up. I'm sick of this old guard that keeps on getting chances.
Agreed, man. I 100% agree. So, all right, brother. You and I will be watching this game at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Hopefully we got some good news to report on Saturday night. Until then, we appreciate all the support, all the likes, all the follows, everybody on Instagram and YouTube. We appreciate it very, very much. Visit americaisblue.com for any of your additional content needs or to catch up or send Jay or I a private message about any subjects you want us to talk about. Until then, Jay, take it easy with the fam. I'll talk to you then, bro. Saturday, up the Chels.